All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is VC Pramod. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign on World Water Day today. Jal Shakti Minister and Chief Ministers of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh to sign an agreement to implement Ken-Betwa link project. Today is the last day for withdrawal of candidature for assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. Withdrawal of nominations for third phase of assembly polls in Assam and West Bengal also comes to a close today. Chhattisgarh government orders closure of schools, colleges and Anganwadis in the state. Night curfew to be imposed in 8 cities of Rajasthan from today to contain recent surge in COVID cases. More than 67.5 lakh people brought back from around the world under Vande Bharat mission. 3 terrorists killed in an encounter with security forces in Shopian district of Jammu and Kashmir. Malaysia's Lee Ji Jia wins All England Badminton Championships men's title. Japan's Nozomi Okuhara clinches women's title. And in cricket, India legends beat Sri Lanka legends in Road Safety World Series T20 in Raipur. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will virtually launch Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign on the occasion of World Water Day today. The theme of the campaign is Catch the Rain Where It Falls When It Falls. In the presence of the Prime Minister, the signing of a historic memorandum of agreement between the Minister of Jal Shakti and the Chief Ministers of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh to implement the Ken-Betwa link project will also take place. This is the first project of the National Perspective Plan for interlinking of rivers. This project involves transfer of water from the Ken to the Betwa River through the construction of Dodhan Dam and a canal linking the 2 rivers. The Ken-Betwa project will benefit the Bundelkhand area of Madhya Pradesh. Our Bhopal correspondent has filed this report.
The Ken-Betwa project will benefit the dry Bundelkhand area in Madhya Pradesh. About 9 districts of Madhya Pradesh, including Panna, Tikamgarh, Chhatarpur, Sagar, Damoh, Datia, Vidisha, Shivpuri and Raisen will get benefit of this project. Besides irrigating thousands of hectares, the scheme will provide drinking water to thousands of people in these areas. Pooja Pivardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
It will pave the way for more interlinking of river projects to ensure that scarcity of water does not become an inhibitor for development in the country. Details from our correspondent.
The campaign will be undertaken across the country in both rural and urban areas. It will be implemented from today till 30th November, the pre-monsoon and monsoon period in the country. It will be launched as a Jan Andolan to take water conservation at grassroots level through people's participation. The campaign is intended to nudge all stakeholders to create rainwater harvesting structures suitable to the climatic conditions and subsoil strata to ensure proper storage of rainwater. After the event, Gram Sabhas will be held in all Gram Panchayats of each district except in the pole-bound states to discuss issues related to water and water conservation. Gram Sabhas will also take Jal Shapath for water conservation. With Dipendra Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
Today is World Water Day. The day focuses attention on the importance of fresh water and advocates for the sustainable management of freshwater resources. The objective of the day is to raise awareness of the global water crisis, and a core focus of the observance is to support the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal SDG, which is to ensure water and sanitation for all by 2030. The theme of this year is Valuing Water, which specifically recognizes the crucial role of healthy ecosystems in maintaining water supplies around the world. In his Mann Ki Baat program in February last month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi stressed on the need to understand our collective responsibilities with regard to water. Mr. Modi urged people to start a 100-day campaign for cleaning up water sources and conserving rainwater.
पानी को लेकर हमें इसी तरह अपनी सामूहिक जिम्मेदारियों को समझना होगा। भारत के ज्यादातर हिस्सों में मई जून में बारिश शुरू होती है। क्या हम अभी से अपने आसपास के जल स्रोतों की सफाई के लिए, वर्षा जल के संचयन के लिए 100 दिन का कोई अभियान शुरू कर सकते हैं? जल शक्ति मंत्रालय द्वारा भी जल शक्ति अभियान कैच द रेन भी शुरू किया जा रहा है। इस अभियान का मूल मंत्र है कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स व्हेन इट फॉल्स।
Today is the last day for withdrawal of candidature of assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. The single-phase polling will be held in these states and union territories on the 6th of April. Today is also the last date for withdrawal of candidature for third phase of assembly elections in West Bengal and Assam. While assembly elections in West Bengal will be held in 8 phases, Assam will witness 3-phase polling. In West Bengal today is the last date for withdrawal of nominations for the third phase of assembly elections. 31 seats spread over 3 districts will go to polls on the 6th of April in this phase. Already 191 candidates are in the fray for the first phase of elections, which will be held in 30 constituencies on the 27th of March across 5 districts of the state. A report from our Kolkata correspondent.
In the first phase, polling will be held mostly in the areas of Jangal Mohol, where a large number of voters belong to the scheduled tribes. All political parties are promising development of the region by upgrading connectivity, supply of clean drinking water, developing agriculture-based industries, and promoting tourism to generate employment and elevate the standard of living of the marginal section of people. Preserving Adivashi culture, their rights over the forest, demand for increasing the price of kendu leaves, and stopping smuggling of foods are some of the prominent issues. Madhuparna Chaudhary for AIR News, Kolkata.
Campaigning has intensified in all poll-bound states and union territories. In Assam, the star campaigners of various political parties are crisscrossing the state to woo the voters. Senior BJP leader and Union Home Minister Amit Shah will hold a series of election rallies in Assam today. BJP President JP Nadda is also likely to hold rallies in Dibrugarh, Jorhat and Bishwanath today. More from our Assam correspondent.
The third and final phase of polls would cover the districts of Lower Assam. Several senior leaders, including State BJP President Ranjit Kumar Das, are in the fray in the third phase. Senior ministers and BJP leaders Himanta Biswa Sarma and Chandramohan Patwari, Assam Gana Parishad Minister Fani Bhushan Chaudhary would also contest in this phase. Ministers and Bodoland People's Front leaders Promila Rani Brahma and Sandan Brahma would also seek re-election. The working president of Assam Jatiya Parishad, Gobindo Deka, would also try his political luck in the third phase. Manas Pratim Sharma, AIR News, Guwahati.
Senior BJP leader and Union Minister Nitin Gadkari is likely to visit Puducherry for campaigning. He is expected to hold the road show. In Puducherry, 382 nominations were found valid after scrutiny. In Tamil Nadu, a total of 4,469 nominations were found valid, while 2,700 were rejected following scrutiny. The final list of candidates for 234 assembly constituencies will be released today. More from our Chennai correspondent.
Though COVID restrictions have brought in a little effect on the rallies, door-to-door campaigns, propaganda through social media by candidates and parties remain vibrant. Flying squads have seized unaccounted cash and gifts worth more than 250 crore in the past week. Vans transporting money to ATMs without valid documents have also been seized. Training for staff on poll duty was held in all the districts. All the parties of the state have urged Prime Minister to take a stand against Sri Lanka in the United Nations Human Rights Council session on the Accountability and Reconciliation Resolution. In the health front, Tamil Nadu has crossed the 1,000 mark of COVID-positive patients for the third consecutive day yesterday. With Murthy, Joy, AIR News, Chennai.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will introduce the National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development Bill 2021 in the Lok Sabha today. The bill seeks to establish the National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. Its objective is to support the development of long-term non-recourse infrastructure financing in India, including development of the bonds and derivatives markets necessary for infrastructure financing and to carry on the business of financing infrastructure. Besides, in today's business of the Lok Sabha, the Finance Bill 2021 and the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2021 are also listed. In the Rajya Sabha Business Schedule, the Appropriation Bill 2021 is listed for consideration and return.
News just in Jammu and Kashmir, 3 terrorists were killed in an encounter with security forces in Manihal area of Shopian district during wee hours today. Police said a joint team of security forces launched a cordon and search operation in Manihal following the intelligence inputs about the presence of terrorists in the village. As the joint team approached towards the suspected spot, the terrorists fired upon them, leading to the encounter, which resulted in killing of 3 terrorists. The identity of the slain terrorists is being ascertained. The operation was going on when reports last came in. The government has said that more than 67.5 lakh people have been brought back from around the world under the Vande Bharat mission so far. India commenced one of the world's largest evacuation operations from 7th of May last year to bring back stranded Indians from abroad. Initially, Air India and its subsidiary Air India Express played a key role in the operations. Afterwards, other air carriers were allowed to take part in the program. Besides aerial evacuation, ships were also used to bring back Indian citizens. In a tweet, Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Puri said, Vande Bharat is not just a mission that brought back stranded and distressed citizens, but it is also a mission of hope and happiness. He added that the mission has let Indian people know that they will not be left behind by the government even in the most testing times. Bihar is celebrating its 109th Foundation Day today. The state was carved out from Bengal Presidency on this day in 1912. The theme of this year's event is Jal Jeevan Haryali. In view of surge of COVID-19 cases in other states, Bihar government has decided to celebrate the event on a small scale. Governor Phagu Chauhan and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar have congratulated people on the occasion of Bihar Divas. President Ramnath Kovind has extended his greetings to all, especially the people of Bihar on the occasion of Bihar Divas.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch Jal Shakti Abhiyan, Catch the Rain campaign on World Water Day today. Jal Shakti Minister and Chief Ministers of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh to sign agreement to implement Ken-Betwa link project. Today is the last day for withdrawal of candidature for assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. Withdrawal of nominations for third phase of assembly polls in Assam and West Bengal also comes to a close today. Chhattisgarh government orders closure of schools, colleges and Anganwadis in the state. Night curfew to be imposed in 8 cities of Rajasthan from today to contain recent surge in COVID cases. More than 67.5 lakh people brought back from around the world under the Vande Bharat mission. 3 terrorists killed in an encounter with security forces in Shopian district of Jammu and Kashmir. Malaysia's Lee Zijia wins All England Badminton Championships men's title. Japan's Nozomi Okuhara clinches women's title. And in cricket, India legends beat Sri Lanka legends in Road Safety World Series T20 in Raipur. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
India has inched closer to touch the significant milestone of administering nearly 4 crore 50 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses. Continuing with the administration of over 2 million doses in a single day, more than 25 lakh 40,000 doses were given yesterday. With this, the cumulative vaccination figure in the country has crossed the tally of 4 crore 46 lakh doses. India is one of the fastest countries in the world to achieve these figures in a short span of time. The nation commenced the largest vaccination drive in the world on the 16th of January this year, with vaccination of healthcare workers first. Vaccination of frontline workers began from 2nd of February, whereas the most recent phase began from the 1st of this month, encompassing vaccination of everyone aged above 60 years and above 45 years with specified comorbidities. The Health Ministry has informed that in just 20 days of the current phase, nearly 1 crore 70 lakh senior citizens above 60 years and over 35 lakh people above 45 years with comorbidities have been administered the first shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. Chhattisgarh government has ordered the closure of all schools, colleges and Anganwadi centres amid a surge in fresh COVID infections. Agriculture Minister Ravindra Chaubey has announced the closure of the schools, colleges and Anganwadi centres on the government's behalf.
आंगनबाड़ी से लेकर स्कूल, कॉलेज, कोई भी जो थोड़ा भी अगर खुल रहे हैं तब कहीं संचालित नहीं होगा, बंद किए जाएंगे। एग्जामिनेशन भी ऑनलाइन करने के बारे में ही विचार हुआ है। कोरोना के जो संक्रमण का बढ़ने वाला प्रतिशत है उसको मंगा करके समीक्षा करने की बात कही है, ताकि होली के पहले इस संदर्भ में पूरा दिशा निर्देश जारी हो जाए।
The state government has also decided to promote all students to the next class except those in classes 10th and 12th. However, no changes have been made in the 10th and 12th board exams schedule. The exams would be conducted as per schedule in offline mode. The exams will be held while complying with all coronavirus preventive guidelines issued by the centre and the state government from time to time. Chhattisgarh reported 1,000 fresh cases yesterday, while 208 people recovered from the disease. The state's overall tally has reached to 3,24,153.
Rajasthan government has decided to impose night curfew in 8 cities starting tonight to contain the recent spike in the number of COVID cases. Night curfew will be imposed in Ajmer, Bhilwara, Jaipur, Jodhpur, Kota, Udaipur, Sagwada and Kushalgarh from 11 in the night to 5 in the morning. Markets will remain closed in all the urban bodies of the state after 10 p.m. today. The decision was taken at a high-level meeting chaired by Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. The government has also made it mandatory for people visiting the state to carry an RT-PCR COVID negative report not older than 72 hours from March 25th. Those without a negative test report will have to remain in quarantine for 15 days. Uttar Pradesh is witnessing surge in the number of new COVID cases. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has appealed to people to strictly follow the guidelines and protocols related to COVID-19. A report from our Lucknow correspondent.
State government is conducting rapid antigen tests at bus stations, railway stations and airports to identify the infected people who are coming from other states. Yesterday, 496 new cases were found in the state, which is highest number of new corona cases in one day after 16th January this year. Maximum 141 new patients were found in state capital Lucknow. The total number of active cases in state has surpassed the 3,000 mark. Government is conducting focus testing in the wake of upcoming festivals and testing those persons who are working at shops. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani has once again reiterated that the state government has no plan to impose fresh lockdown in the state. He asked citizens not to believe in rumours following the recent surge of COVID-19 cases. He said that there is no need to panic. He appealed to the people to take all precautions and maintain balance between Jan and Jahan. More from our Ahmedabad correspondent.
In continuation of series of restrictions, Gujarat government has appealed to the people not to play Holi due to rising cases of COVID-19. Briefing media persons at Gandhinagar last evening, the Deputy Chief Minister Nitin Patel has said that government will allow the religious custom of Holi bonfire with crowd restrictions. However, the citizens are requested to stay away from throwing colors at each other on the occasion of Dhuleti, which falls on the next day of Holi. This decision has been taken in a core committee meeting chaired by Chief Minister Vijay Rupani. Major clubs in Ahmedabad city have also cancelled rain dance and mass Holi celebrations this year. Yogesh Pandya, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
A total of 823 new confirmed cases of coronavirus infection were reported in Delhi during the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 6,47,984. Yesterday, more than 79,000 tests were conducted.
In Bihar, 2,61,487 patients have recovered from the COVID-19 infection in the state so far. COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 99.21% in Bihar. The number of active cases is continuously declining. Currently, only 522 patients are receiving treatment at various hospitals. 126 fresh cases were reported during the last 24 hours. No positive case was reported from 14 districts of the state. Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat program aims to enhance interaction and promote mutual understanding between people of different states and union territories through the concept of state and UT pairing. The states carry out activities to promote a sustained and structured cultural connect in the areas of language learning, culture, traditions and music, tourism and cuisine, sports and sharing of best practices. Maharashtra and Odisha have been paired in the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat program, and the states have so much in common. According to our Mumbai correspondent, apart from the cultural and traditional similarities between the two states, they also share other aspects like music, language and food habits.
From certain similar words, food habits and music, Maharashtra and Odisha have various other things in common, which adds to the cultural diversities between these two states, leading to a perfect example of Ek Bharat, Shreshth Bharat. According to Pandit Kailash Patra, a violin player, Sanskrit is the base of both Marathi and Odia language. He said, there are certain words like apan, tumhi and many others which have almost similar meanings in both the languages. He said, when it comes to music, the semblance in the introductory part in Natya Sangit and light music in both Odishi and Marathi is so much same that one would not be able to guess which language song will be played. Mr. Patra also said, as both Maharashtra and Odisha have a long sea coastline, the food habits too are inseparable from the western and easternmost states. Besides, large number of temples of god and goddesses in both the states also form a common thread. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
In Andhra Pradesh, a cultural show was organized at Beach Road in Visakhapatnam as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, depicting importance of national integrity. In Uttar Pradesh also, a 3-day Shehnai festival began at Banaras Hindu University campus in Varanasi yesterday evening. Sangeet Natak Academy and the Music and Performing Arts faculty of BHU have come together to organize the musical evening to remember the Shehnai maestro Bharat Ratna Ustad Bismillah Khan. Road Transport and Highways Minister has received an alert from Indian Computer Emergency Response Team CERT in regarding targeted intrusion activities directed towards Indian transport sector with possible malicious intentions. The ministry has advised departments and organizations under transport sector to strengthen the security posture of their infrastructure. It said National Informatics Centre, NIC, National Highways Authority of India, NHIDCL, state PWDs, testing agencies and automobile manufacturers have been requested to conduct the security audit of the entire IT system by CERT in certified agencies on a regular basis and take all actions as per their recommendations.
Malaysia's Lee Zijia has won the All England Badminton Championships men's title as he defeated Denmark's Victor Axelsen in the summit clash. The 22-year-old defeated Axelsen 30-29, 20-22, 21-9 in the summit clash, which lasted for 1 hour and 14 minutes. With this win, Malaysia's title drought came to an end, and it is after 4 years that someone from the country has managed to win the All England Open. Lee Chong Wei had last won the All England Open for Malaysia in 2017. Japan's Nozomi Okuhara won the women's title as she defeated Pornpavi Chochuwong 21-12, 21-16 in the finals. In cricket, India legends defeated Sri Lanka legends by 14 runs in the final of the Road Safety World Series to clinch the title at Shahid Veer Narayan Singh International Stadium in Raipur, Chhattisgarh last night. Yusuf Pathan, who smashed an unbeaten 62 and picked up 2 wickets in his 4-over spell, was adjudged player of the match for his all-round performance in the summit clash. Sachin Tendulkar, captain of the India legends, finished the tournament as the 3rd highest run getter in the tournament. He scored 234 runs in the tournament. India legends, after being sent into bat, put on a huge total of 181 for 4 from their allotted 20 overs. Yuvraj Singh continued his good form with the bat and scored 60 runs of just 41 balls. Sri Lanka legends made 167 for 7 in the allotted 20 overs. For India legends, Yusuf Pathan took 2 wickets for 26 runs, while Irfan Pathan took 2 wickets for 29 runs. In cricket, South Africa women has registered a series-clinching 6-wicket win against Indian women in the second T20 international played at the Bharat Ratna Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee Ekana Cricket Stadium in Lucknow. The nervy run chase by South Africa women ended in a nail-biting last-ball thriller. Chasing a target of 159, the South African team managed to win the match on the last ball of the final over. South Africa women now have an unassailable 2-0 lead in the 3-match series. This was South Africa's first T20 series win against India. For India, Shefali Verma scored 47 runs in her 31-ball innings and forged a 79-run partnership with Harleen Deol, who scored 31 runs. Richa Ghosh provided a late boost with a 26-ball 44 not out to help India post a total of 158 runs. Chasing the target, South Africa's Lizelle Lee smashed a 45-ball 70, while Laura Wolfdart slammed an unbeaten 39-ball 53 to drive home the historic win. The third and final T20 will be played at the same venue tomorrow.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi may experience thunderstorm with hail today. The city will have a maximum temperature of around 34 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 18 degrees. Mumbai with partly cloudy sky may have a maximum temperature of nearly 34 degrees Celsius after registering a minimum of 23 degrees. Chennai with a partly cloudy sky is likely to have a minimum temperature of 24 degrees and a maximum temperature rising up to nearly 35 degrees Celsius. Kolkata with partly cloudy sky is expected to record a maximum temperature of around 38 degrees Celsius, up from a minimum of 25 degrees. Srinagar is expected to have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Jammu will also have mainly cloudy sky with light rain with a maximum temperature of around 27 degrees. Minimum was 17 degrees. Leh may witness light snowfall today. The maximum temperature will be around 9 degrees Celsius. Gilgit may have rain or snow with the temperature hovering between 6 to 22 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad may see a cloudy sky with moderate rain. The maximum temperature will be 18 degrees Celsius.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. As the active cases are rising again rapidly, a front-page top headline in the Hindustan Times writes, "Fresh surge takes active COVID cases past 3,45,000. As Haryana fixes 2 mega inoculation days a week and Delhi extends timings to administer more jabs, the Economic Times reports 6 states set daily target of up to 1 lakh shots. Another headline in the same paper quotes the finance minister saying, "Indicators reflect India's revival." Ex-Mumbai top cop's allegations against Home Minister of Maharashtra has been extensively covered by all the dailies today. The Indian Express notes, Pawar sidesteps letter fallout, let CM decide, suggest probe by Julio Ribeiro. The Asian Age writes, Pawar hints top mantri in Maharashtra may be forced to go. The Times of India covers the manifesto released by the BJP in West Bengal on its front page under the headline, BJP's Bengal Wow. CAA on day 1, 10,000 rupees per year for refugee families. The paper adds, free education for girls and 33% quota for women in jobs. And finally, strategic Spiti Road to reopen 2 months earlier as it is crucial from defence point of view, writes the Tribune.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign on World Water Day today. Jal Shakti Minister and Chief Ministers of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh to sign an agreement to implement Ken-Betwa link project. Today is last day for withdrawal of candidature for assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. Withdrawal of nominations for third phase of assembly polls in Assam and West Bengal also comes to a close today. Chhattisgarh government orders closure of schools, colleges and Anganwadis in the state. Night curfew to be imposed in 8 cities of Rajasthan from today to contain recent surge in COVID cases. More than 67.5 lakh people brought back from around the world under Vande Bharat mission. 3 terrorists killed in an encounter with security forces in Shopian district of Jammu and Kashmir. And in cricket, India legends beat Sri Lanka legends in Road Safety World Series T20 in Raipur. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.